Central Minnesota Sports Hub. It's the Morning Sports Desk, presented by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And streaming on YouTube.
Powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. This is the Morning Sports Desk. I'm CJ Baumgartner. Our guy Zeke Fuhrman, our cross-country correspondent, joining us on today's episode because, Zeke, we are getting ready to talk about state cross-country. You are going to be there. So why don't you first just tell us how people can stay up to date on things happening at the state cross-country races on Saturday morning?
Yeah, going to be busy. Starts bright and early, 10 o'clock with the Class A boys, followed by 2A and 3A. They kind of switch things up. They've done 2A first in the past, and then 3A, then Class A to close things out, just to kind of help alleviate some traffic concerns and stuff. But they're getting the good race out of the way right away. Class A, we'll talk about that in a second. A lot of area runners from Class A representing Section 6A, 7A, and 8A. I'll be broadcasting live on the Superstation K-106, giving race updates and some player and coach interviews throughout the morning as well. And I'll have all my write-ups for single A, 2A, and 3A up online, Radio-Wadena.com, and on Facebook by following Sports Gal.
Moo. And, let's get caught up here on the race. Obviously, we talked about section races last week and getting everything caught up. And now that we kind of know what the state race is going to look like, who's running in it, let's start with the girls' race, Zeke. From kind of the team perspective, who are some of the teams to watch in the class race, and how do our local schools stand out compared to them?
Yeah, we got a whole pile of them in 6A, 7A, and 8A. Starting in Section 6A, the New London Spicer, we knew coming into the season they were going to be the team to beat, and they blew everybody else out of the water at the section meets in Minnewaska. But the Wadena Deer Creek girls, we've had our eye on them all year, kind of right there all season long. They do get the runner-up spot. So WDC girls back at state for I think it's the third time in 4 seasons now for Mike Brunsberg's crew, and senior season for Cambry Geiger. Carly Haverkamp is a junior, so she's one of the top runner on this squad. Senior Lydia Oldakowski running in her final state meet. So it's a group of girls that's come up together that has a lot of state experience on this roster and looking to secure that podium position this year.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of things happening on that girls race side. And just individually, who are some of the names that are expected to kind of finish towards the top? Who are some names that people should be listening out for?
Obviously, Audrey Burnell. She's the defending state champion, 3-time conference champion, back-to-back section championships for Audrey, and now in her final high school race, looking to change the number in Staples on Highway 10 again. I drove by the other day. I think it's at 74, I think is what the number was. 32 team championships, 74 individual ones, and Audrey's had a huge hand in that. And she finished last year's course in 18 minutes and 17 seconds. I'd expect her to be faster this year. So Audrey is the name to watch at the top of that list. You've got Kendra Miller, who from Bertha Hewitt, who ran, I think, the first 2 meets of the season, then got hurt, dealt with an injury. She ran in Moorhead, missed the rest of the season, ran in Perham the third to the last meet of the season, made the all-conference team at the Park Region meet, and then finished 6th, I believe, at the section meet in Minnewaska. So Kendra Miller made her freshman season, missed her sophomore year, but Kendra running at state, as her teammate Mia Hansel, both from Bertha Hewitt. So the Bertha Hewitt cross-country team bringing the entire boys team down, which we'll talk about in a second, as well as their top 2 girls runners in Kendra and Miette. You've got Greta Galski of Park Rapids, a 3rd place finish at the Section 8A meet in Bagley. So she's going to compete there. Nori Song, Minnewaska area is back individually. Minnewaska area was there as a team last year. They took 4th place at the section meet this year. So just Nori made it for Minnewaska area. But those are a couple names to watch at the Class A meet for the girls. They start at 10:45 on Saturday.
Yeah, and lastly, too, I know United North Central bringing their team back. What about them, and just kind of what are they looking forward to?
Yeah, they finished 4th place last year, I believe, and looking to secure that podium finish. They've got the number 1 and the number 2 runners in Section 8A. Macy Josephson, the section champion, and Anya Aho right on her tail at that number 2 spot, followed by Greta from Park Rapids. So some very good runners coming out of 8A. You've got a very, very, very young Crosby Ironton team, the runner-up in Section 7A, one senior, one freshman, everybody else 7th and 8th graders. And the same thing for Barnesville, the Section 8A champion who beat North Central, 3 freshmen, and everybody else is 7th and 8th graders. So a lot of really young teams and a lot of up-and-coming building programs at state for Class A girls this year.
A lot of stuff to consider with that Class A race. Again, Zeke, what time is that race starting on Saturday morning?
10:45. It'll be the second race of the day. The boys are first at 10 o'clock.
All right, boys right away at 10 o'clock. So let's talk about that boys race. First of all, starting off on the team portion, who are the teams that we got to be looking out for who are expected to have some good days at the race at the Lee Bolstad course?
I think of area teams that are going to be down there. You've got Bertha Hewitt, you've got Wadena Deer Creek, you've got Park Rapids area. We'll throw Holly in there as well. Holly 8A champions. I think Bertha Hewitt is the team to watch at this one because they have a really strong core. They've got Brady Rock, who just won the section championship last week individually. They've got Henry Lockwood, and they've got Gunnar Bartle, 3 seniors who have made the state tournament as a team every year of their high school career, looking to go out big. They took 3rd place 2 seasons ago, kind of middle of the pack last year, and now looking to get back up into that podium. So they've got those 3 guys. They've got 2 phenomenal 8th graders in Vance Lockwood and Nolan Rock, who joined the varsity squad kind of midway through the season, just as Bertha Hewitt was finding their stride, won the Park region, won the 6A championship, and now looking to make a big splash at state. You can have 9 runners on your team at state, 9 runners on your roster. I think Bertha Hewitt only has 8 boys. So again, kind of going back to that well of one of the, if not the smallest schools in Class A cross country, and having a lot of success, both with the boys team going down there and then Kendra and Miette going down for the girls.
Yeah, any other teams kind of in that Class A race that we should be watching out for on the boys' side?
Yeah, WDC for sure, runners up in Section 6A behind Bertha Hewitt. I mean, the first state appearance for Wadena Deer Creek since 1993, only their 3rd appearance overall. Their first appearance was before they co-opted with Deer Creek back in 1989, got there in 93, and then a long wait. Actually, the first time that both the boys and the girls teams for Wadena Deer Creek made state in the same season. So a lot of buzz, a lot of hype with WDC cross country. Obviously, you've got Grant Nelson, not his first state meet. He's been there individually a couple times. He's leading this WDC charge. You've got James Seelhammer and Evan Schmidt and Levi Nelson and all these guys that are looking to build this program, continue to build this program from where they have been. I mean, 2nd place has been the name of the game for Wadena Deer Creek all season. I think 7, 8, maybe 9 runner-up finishes and meets. They won in Duluth. They won the Swain Invite, and then everything else has pretty much been second place, including the section championship, which got them to state. But I mean, WDC, specifically Grant Nelson, looking for a top 10 finish in Class A.
Yeah, should be a lot of fun to watch. On the individual side, I know you just mentioned Grant there, but any individual boys running who we should be keeping an eye on? I know we also mentioned Brady Rock in there. It should be a fun finish for our local individual runners.
Yeah, a lot of a healthy field of state veteran runners this year. You've got Drew Aho of United North Central, made it individually. He finished 48th last year at state. Brennan Ott of Nevis, it's his first state meet. Peter Newark of OTC, he finished 25th last year. He's back at state this season. Let's see, Jacob Drevlo, the last year's section champion, he finished 18th overall last year. Logan Wehoff is back at state for Sauk Center. Also, Sauk Center boys finishing 3rd behind Bertha Hewitt and WDC in the Section 6A meet last week. So a lot of area runners. This part of the state, so much good cross country and being well represented this Saturday.
Yeah, it's awesome to see. Just going to be a really fun race again. And the other implications too, Zeke, this is the last time it'll ever be held at this particular course at the University of Minnesota. Just give people a little information on why that's the case.
Yeah, the U of M sold the golf course is kind of the thing. So forever the race was at St. Olaf, and it was awesome because everything that the MSHSL made at St. Olaf went back into these programs, went back to the MSHSL, and it was awesome. St. Olaf gave the state cross country meetup, went to the U of M, the site of the Roy Griak race, which happens in, I think it's mid to late October or something. So a lot of these runners, they'll run the Roy Griak race just to kind of get a feel for it so they know what the state meet is going to look like. But with the U of M selling the Les Bolstad golf course, I think that contract with the U of M ends at the end of 2025. And the digging I've done a little bit, asking where is state going to be next year, and nobody really seems to know at this point. If it's going to go to St. Olaf, if it's going to go, fingers crossed, maybe somewhere more centrally located than going down to Northfield. Maybe I know state track and field is at St. Michael Albertville, which is an awesome spot. Maybe there's a place in St. Cloud that everyone can come together and run this meet. So maybe it goes, nobody seems to know where state cross country 2026 is going to be. But for now, we're going to enjoy the Les Bolstad Golf Course. One more go here for all these runners.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun go. It's a fun course. And yeah, it's going to be interesting now that they're selling that and kind of giving things up, and where it goes will be a mystery. Maybe Zeke will do some more sleuthing while he's down at the state cross country race and see what's going on there. All right, Zeke, last news and notes. What is going on in Class AA and 3A? What do we need to know for the other races? Because we still have a few teams that are kind of in our central Minnesota proximity that we could keep an eye on.
Yeah, Class 2A, the Prairie Yellow Jackets back at state again. I mean, Jeff Morris has this program rolling. 23 state meets now for the girls. No, 23 for the boys, 24 for the girls, and a whole pile of Class A championships in there. Perham in the realignment 2023, moving from Class A up to Class 2A, and they just haven't got that 2A championship yet. It's pretty elusive. The girls finished third place last year. The boys have been runner-up both years in Class 2A, and looking to bring home the Class 2A championships to Perham this year. I think the girls last won a championship in I think they swept Class A in 2022 before they moved up. So looking for the sweep of Class 2A, and they should be able to do it. I think they're both ranked number one in Class 2A. They've been beating Class 3A schools all season long. I think they have a win over Minnetonka at the Brave Like Gabe meet back in August. So I know a lot of teams can change from August to November. I mean, look at Bertha Hewitt, who didn't have 5 runners in August, and now here they are, Section 6A champions, looking to win a state title. But I mean, Perham Yellow Jackets, I don't know what's in the water in Perham, but Jeff Morris has that secret sauce, and he's just churning out all these fantastic runners. Gracie Morris, her senior season, expecting some good times there. Juliana Scraper on the boys' side, he's got a couple good younger dudes. Names are escaping me right now. Let's see if I can find it in my program here. I know he had in the Class 2A race for the girls, he had an 8th grader finish second place, and it was awesome. Let me see if I can find it here we'll go for the boys first. He's got Bryce Brown is a consistent 4-5 runner. Brody Freeland, freshman, he's been up. I think he was right on Matt Jorgensen's heels last time. Jorgensen is the number 1 runner in Perham this season. Henry Mathiasen. There's so many good runners. The 8th grader, Tilly Mathiasen, that's who it was, finished second in the Class 2A meet, beating Gracie Morris, beating Juliana Scraper, beating all these runners, and just any given race, any one of these Perham Yellow Jackets can make some noise.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun section or a fun state race, coming up at the Lee Bolstad Golf Course as we wrap things up in the cross country season. Zeke, any other news and notes that you have going into this cross country race state meet before we let you get out of here?
Yeah, real quick, in Class 3A, the Alexandria boys and girls both down there, they made the jump from 2A to 3A last season. The Alexandria girls runners up, actually beating Perham, losing to Perham in the 8-2A meet, and then beating them at state. So Alexandria was second last year. The girls are back. Satori Halby, a name to watch on the Alexandria Cardinals team for the girls. And then for the boys, runners up back at state for the first time since 2022, narrowly losing to Bemidji in that epic race at STMA last week, where Bemidji had like 74 points, Alexandria had 77, and Brainerd had 78. Brainerd sending a couple individual runners down, but Bemidji boys are there. Alexandria boys and girls will be there. And we'll have all the updates online, WadenaRadio.com, and on Facebook on SportsCal.
Moo. And of course, Zeke will be giving updates on the cross country race for the boys and girls races in Class A. When can people check those out on the Superstation K-106?
I'll probably start giving updates right around 9:30 or so. Boys Class A starts at 10, girls at 10:45. And then I think I haven't looked much past that. I'm just planning on being there pretty much all day. I know the Class A boys are at 10. The girls are 10:45. Let me look here real quick and see when the other ones start. Class 2A boys 12:15, girls at 1. 3A boys 2:30, girls at 3:15. So it's going to be a long day. But we've been covering cross country pretty heavy on Sports Cow and WadenaRadio.com since that first meet in Staples back on August 25th, and it's November 1st already. It's going to be a fun time as we celebrate high school runners in cross country at the Les Bolstead Golf Course one more time.
Moo.
I'm
That's
ready.
all that needs to be said. Zeke Fuhrman, our cross-country correspondent. Zeke, we're going to talk just quickly a couple other games coming up on the broadcast schedule. Before we do that, though, we need to talk about the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. And Zeke, we know that there's plenty of mystery jerseys that you could win. We've done unboxings of plenty of baseball jerseys, and also there was a basketball jersey that we opened up from the Big Enigma a couple weeks ago. But how about if you're this lucky, kid? Look at what he pulled.
Oh boy.
An autographed powder blue Antonio Gates jersey.
That's our wheelhouse. That awesome.
Would have been perfect. I'm going to be honest. If I would have gotten that, guys, I would have just been like, oh, nope, there's no jersey in here. And I would have
I lost it.
Put it on.
There was a time, remember when Antonio Gates was the best tight end in football history? And then Gronk and Kelsey and those guys happened.
Played basketball in college?
Antonio Gates?
Yeah.
Was he the one who played at UNC, or was that somebody else?
He was the one who he's the first Pro Football Hall of Famer to have never played a snap of college football.
I'm thinking Julius Peppers. Julius Peppers played college basketball at UNC.
That was it. Yeah.
That's
either way, because every broadcast would go, he played basketball in college, and everybody got kind of annoyed by that because they bring it up every single game. But yeah, an Antonio Gates jersey. That's just some of the things you can win. When you go to the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena, you can get mystery jerseys. You can get mystery boxes of autographed helmets, little basketballs, things like that. You also can get buddy heaters, as we saw, PlayStation consoles, to as little things like candy or trading card packs. A lot of different things you can win. And by the way, you get a fun time just by playing the games at the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. And of course, parents, you let your kids run around, blow off some steam in there while you get to hone down on the country's best chicken, the mashed potatoes, the pizza, the salad bar, the ice cream, the cactus bread pizzas, the cookies that are cut up like a pizza. What more do you need? There's also TVs everywhere, having the big games for college football and the NFL and things like that, World Series action. It's the place to be. Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in downtown Wadena. Go check them out. All right, Zeke, let's talk a little bit about more stuff on our broadcast schedule for section playoff action.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me?
So there's a lot of things that we can dive into. Let's first start off with our coverage of Section 6A Championship Football, where we have a matchup between Parker's Prairie and Breckenridge. Now, both teams coming in as two of the top teams in all of Class A. Parker's Prairie comes into this one at 8-1 on the campaign. Their only loss, by the way, is to this very same Breckenridge team, but that was all the way back in week 2. Parker's Prairie had a couple starters hurt. They only lost by 9. And now you go all the way fast forward to now. This is a Breckenridge team that, according to the QRF, is ranked 2nd in all of Minnesota. Number 1 team, by the way, is Springfield. Looking across the spectrum here of different teams, the Breckenridge squad has a QRF of 65.9. Parker's Prairie QRF of 63.4. They're ranked 4th in all of Class A with the 9-1 Panthers. The 10-0 Breckenridge Cowboys both coming in to these games. Looking at Breckenridge, they got wins over New York Mills, 48-12, and then a 35-0 win over Otter Tail Central, both those in Breckenridge. For Parker's Prairie, they got a 51-16 win over Nevis on Tuesday night, and on Saturday, a 52-0 shutout win over Walker Hackensack Akeley to get to this matchup against the Cowboys at the Fargodome. It's a 12:10 pregame, 12:30 kickoff this afternoon on the Superstation K-106. That's 105.9 FM, streaming online at WadenaRadio.com, and the Superstation K-106 mobile app. This is a Breckenridge team. Erlinson is where they go. They run with him. He's one of the best running backs in all of Class A and all the state this year. He's been dominant. Parker's Prairie's going to have to slow him down. For the Panthers offensively, the Ruckheim boys got to get going. And can that passing game continue to be effective with Nolan Basil leading the charge at quarterback? A lot of things to consider where the Panthers, again, every high school football game won and lost in the trenches. I understand all of that. Parker's Prairie's line, they have size. And if they are going to win this game, they are going to need to power through on that offensive line. And really, that's going to be the keys to victory for the Panthers in this game. They're huge. If you look at their offensive linemen, they're big, they're strong, they're physical, they're battle-tested, and they're ready to roll in this matchup. Breckenridge comes in as the favorite, but Parker's Prairie has wanted this rematch for a while. I'm not speaking for anybody, but all I'm saying is like just the vibe around that program and how they're getting ready for this one. Ever since they played Breckenridge in week 2, they've been looking forward to this rematch and knew that it was very possible they both would meet at the Fargodome. Zeke, these two teams met last year in the playoffs in the semifinal round in Breckenridge, where Parker's Prairie got an upset victory against the Cowboys. So this has been a fun rivalry over the last couple of years in Section 6A, and expect nothing different at the Dome on this afternoon game. You're going to be there. How excited are you for it?
There's no reason I'm going. I mean, I'm not going to be on the radio for it because I'm just going to attend as a fan. I mean, there are so many good matchups at the Fargodome later today that we'll be checking out. You've got Section 5A, 6A, 6-2A, which is Osakis and Holdingford. You've got 8-2A, which is Holly and
Barnesville.
I was going to say Breckenridge. Barnesville. You've got 3A. You got the great storyline of Thief River Falls taking on Dilworth Glen and Felton. But Upsala Swanville versus BBE kicks things off. But looking at this Breckenridge Parkers game, maybe just looking at the tape and chalk, this one may be the best game of the day, and it's going to come down to whether or not Parker's Prairie can contain David Erlinson, like you said, one of the best running backs in Class A, not just one of the best running backs, one of the best two-way players, stud middle linebacker too. So you have to know where he is on the field at all times, especially if you're going to have that success on offense. You talk about controlling the line of scrimmage. You also have to control the second level and have Erlinson block too if you want the Ruckheim boys to have that success that you're banking on.
Superstation K-106, 105.9 FM, streaming at WadenaRadio.com, the Superstation K-106 mobile app, 12:10 pregame, 12:30 kickoff on the Superstation K-106. Tomorrow, Zeke, we have a doubleheader of volleyball games on our Hubbard Radio-Wadena stations.
Why not?
We have a lot of stuff in this section championship game. Parker's Prairie, what a fall, Zeke. What a fall for the Panthers. Not only are they in the Section 6A championship for football, but they're also in there for volleyball as their they are going to Fergus Falls to take on the Belgrade Brutenell Rosa Jaguars in a matchup here of who gets to go to state. Parker's Prairie has not been to state in volleyball since 2010. They're looking to try and change that in this matchup on Saturday night. It's a 6:45 pregame and a 7 o'clock first serve on the Superstation K-106, 105.9 FM, streaming online at WadenaRadio.com of the Superstation K-106 mobile app. Corey Tackman with the call in that one in Section 6A, which got rid of subsections. Parker's Prairie, the 2 seed, BBE, the 1, and both of these teams meet each other in the championship match. Belgrade Brutenell Rosa, 23-6 overall. They are just an awesome team. When you look at QRF, they are 144.7, which ranks them 6th in all of Class A volleyball. For Parker's Prairie, 26-4. They have a 124.4 QRF, which ranks them 15th in all of Class A. Obviously, the Panthers are the champions of the Little 8 Conference, where the Belgrade Brutenell Rosa Jaguars are the champions of the Central Minnesota Conference. A lot of things happening with these two teams. It's going to be a fun one from the Fergus Falls High School gym. Corey Tackman with all the action on the Superstation K-106. And then, Zeke, to wrap up our coverage on 101.7 FM and AM 920 KWAD.
There's
also
more?
streaming online. Yeah, there's so more. Streaming online at WadenaRadio.com/KWAD It's Wadena Deer Creek versus Holly, Section 8 AA championship match from Moorhead High School in Moorhead, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock first serve on KWAD. Not only all of that, Zeke, coming to a head, but also this is the Wadena Deer Creek team that's been to the section title game now 2 times out of the last 3 seasons. And for Holly, they're the state champions. They're the section champions, obviously. And now they have a chance to defend that title and get back to the state tournament for the 2nd straight season, where they'll be one of the heavy favorites if they do get there. This is a scrappy Wadena Deer Creek team, though. These 2 teams played each other about a month ago, and Holly came out with the straight sets victory in Holly. This Wadena Deer Creek team has found their rhythm. They've gotten much better, but this is still a Holly team that is a juggernaut. There is a lot of things that are going to go into this match, one of which is that the rivalry, right? Last year, Holly and Wadena Deer Creek played. When they played in the regular season last year, Holly dominated. Then they played each other in the Section 8 AA semifinal game in Moorhead last year, went to 5 sets.
Yeah, it did.
And it was a down-to-the-wire 5th set as well. And by the way, once Holly got to the state tournament, nobody took them to 5 sets. Their toughest match of all of the playoff action came in the section semifinal game against Wadena Deer Creek. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Holly is mowed through all of their competition so far. They got a straight sets victory against Frazee on Tuesday night. Wadena Deer Creek got a 4-set victory against East Grand Forks on Tuesday as well to get there. Holly, of course, is going to have the home court advantage a little bit, obviously being just down the road on Highway 10, but it's a Saturday. No reason why, unless you're attending state cross country for Wadena Deer Creek. 2 successful fall for the Wolverines.
Yeah, well, it's only a 4-hour drive from the U of M to Moorhead High School, and they'll be wrapped up by
noon. Yeah,
By I think awards are like 11:30 or something. So you can get from Bolstad to Moorhead and just make a huge day out of it.
Exactly.
I mean, opening weekend's not till next weekend. The stars aligned. You're not going to be in your stands. Head to Moorhead and cheer on the volleyball team too.
Exactly. It's going to be a fun night of volleyball action. The thing about Wadena Deer Creek, Peyton Gravel is pretty much every game she goes in the best player on the floor. And even with a very good Holly team, I'm not saying she's number 1 clear and away, but certainly one of the best players on the floor. She had 23 kills in the victory against East Grand Forks on Tuesday night. And also, this is a Holly team that they're good. The thing that makes them tough, they don't have any glaring weaknesses. They're not like an A+, particularly across the board, but they're just so solid in everything. There is no really good way to attack them. They do just well enough on serve receive. They do just well enough on their service game. They do just well enough blocking. They do just well enough getting into their offense. They do just well enough passing. There's not one particular area or player you can pick on. They're solid all around, and they just keep the ball off the floor and give themselves a chance. And it sounds like I'm dogging on Holly. They're a good team, and they're the defending state champions for a reason, but that's why they are. They're just like, it's not like they're just an overpowering offense, but they have trouble on the serve receive. And if you serve at the right person, you can kind of pick on them a little bit. No, they're just not weak anywhere. They're not like clearing away the best at anything compared to some of the power players in Class AA, but they just don't make a lot of mistakes, and they force you to be perfect all the time. And in high school sports, that goes a long way.
Sure does. Should be good.
Should be a good one from Moorhead High School, 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock first serve on KWAD, your home for the Wadena Deer Creek Wolverines. All right, going to do it for me and Zeke. I'm CJ Baumgartner, Zeke Fuhrman over there. This has been the Morning Sports Desk, powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. See you next time.
Powered by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Follow the Morning Sports Desk on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And watch every show on YouTube.